And we are live. Hello, hello, hello. How are we? Grand risings. Good afternoon. It's good to see so many of you on so quickly. How are we? I hope you're all well. You can probably see that I've got the sun glaring in my face right now. It's been such a beautiful day. Can you guys let me know that you can hear me okay? I do know that YouTube sometimes plays havoc with the volume, so can you just let me know that you can hear me? Let me know how your week's been. Let's start getting those comments going ASAP. Perfect. Thank you, Janie. I hope you're well, my love. There she is. I love you, Lizzie, so much. Great to have you on, gorgeous girl. As always, as always, as always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whereabouts in the world are we from, ladies and gents? Please do comment in the chat box and let me know where you are. As you can see, I am on my own this week, and I am excited to be delivering some huge, huge messages, insights, and all sorts of bits and pieces that have been going on in the last week. Now, let me know how you guys have had the last week. How have you found it? What have you been up to? Australia, but in the UK till Wednesday. Lovely. I have heard it's really cold and wet in the UK. My beautiful mum is over from England at the moment, and it is just, I'm so grateful that she's here, honestly. Oh my gosh, it couldn't have come at a better time. So it's flipping freezing in the UK. Seriously, I'm like, I need to just not go back, but I've got to come back and sort some stuff out. So hello, Houston, Texas. Hello, New Zealand. Hello, Australia. Hello, Western Australia. Nice. Hello, Denmark. Hello, Mallorca, not too far from where I am, my love. Good to have you on. Minnesota, love that, love that, love that. Chester, Galway, oh my gosh, you're all over the place. Norfolk, Arkansas, Oregon. You're all amazing. I love it so much. Oh my gosh, raining. Hello, hello, hello. I love the fact that you all call me beautiful. I love that so much. Thank you. Thank you. It's, you know, sometimes just calling somebody beautiful can change their whole day. So thank you to each and every one of you for calling me that. I am grateful. It's one of the compliments that I like to receive, because it's, you know, when people call you hot or they call you, you know, it's just kind of like a meh. But when you're, when somebody calls you beautiful, it kind of like hits harder, doesn't it, ladies? So gents, as you're watching this, hello from South Africa. Please do bear that in mind. Chichester, hello, hello. And Scotland, I nearly missed you then. North Carolina, there's loads in there. I'm going to stop now, because otherwise I'm just going to be doing that all the time. Hey, Emma, darling, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, my love. And thank you for accommodating the little change that I had to make. So what has been going on in the world of Lucy Lou since you've last seen? Oh my goodness gracious me, has it all gone off in the last week? And I am going to be sharing some of that with you on this live today. I have to write things down as they pop into my head. So I have been channeling like an absolute boss. Like really, I've been channeling like an absolute boss. I have been getting some really incredible information with stuff that's going on in and around the world. And I'm going to talk about what happened on Sunday imminently in the UK. I'm also going to talk about a program that channeled through me earlier this week. Oh, sorry, last week. I was doing a road trip across Spain, pretty much from the French border across Spain. It was part of something that I had to do energetically, and David needed to go and pick up a car. So I basically flew with him. First plane I've been on in 2 months. This is me. Like, I mean, really? Who even, like, how did that even happen that 2 months passed without me going on a plane? So it was good to be back up in the air again. All of the channeling was flying through me as we were doing that. And then we got to pretty much the French border and drove all the way back across Spain, which was one of the first pieces of the puzzle. So we had to fly a particular way, drive back a particular way. And then on Sunday, before the alert that took place, I had to come back, and it kind of like finalized the work that I was doing. So, well, the first piece of the work that I was doing, there's another piece to be doing yet, but I'm going to be doing that probably next week, all being well, because I'm being nagged at the amount of kilometers that I'm putting on a car at the moment. So, you know, I have to limit it per week, apparently. So that's what I'm going to be doing, ladies and gents. So next week, I'm going to do the last piece of this puzzle, which is going to see a massive energetic shift across the whole of Europe. Okay, so Some of you have been messaging me going, Lucy, I can't cope with the energies, or Lucy, this is happening, or Lucy, that's happening. Know that I've got your back. Just, you know, we've got somebody slowing it down, unfortunately. So, you know, and as some of you will know, if you're on my Instagram or if you're on my Facebook, because I think I shared it on my Facebook, I picked my mama bear up from the airport yesterday afternoon, and oh my goodness gracious me, was it good to see my mum. I haven't seen her since February. And although that probably doesn't seem like a long time, like, I love my mum so much. She's a pain in the butt, as I'm sure most of mama bears are out there. But oh my God, has it been good to see her? And it couldn't have been better times. I'm going to share a lot more about that in coming weeks. I don't feel ready to talk about it quite yet, but there's a lot that I need to share, and I will be sharing. I have what do you mean? How much longer are we going to drag people on for? I don't know what you mean, Rocky. Explain what you mean and I'll answer it. No problem at all. So basically what I've been doing is I've been getting all of the energetic stuff set up. My mum flew in literally as we finished. She landed at 4 minutes past 4. I was still in meditation at that point. And obviously 4-4 is my beautiful granddad. So he was energetically showing me the plane was supposed to land at 3:45 and it landed at 4:04, which meant my mum missed the alerts going off in the UK. And it also meant that I got the message from my granddad that this is all divinely timed and divinely planned, which I really needed yesterday. I really needed that message. There were some things going on with me personally and physically that I just needed that little message. And when I saw that her plane landed at that time, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is just the best thing ever. Messages, like I think David and I spoke about it last week or the week before. We were talking about messages and messengers. So it's really important that hey Christina babe, it's really important that we just recognize the signs in absolutely everything. And this is what happened on Sunday. Like I looked at the time that they landed and I was like, oh, and I shed a little tear. And then when I saw them, you know, it was absolutely amazing. I took them, you know, I took them back to where they're staying. We had a really good chat in the car, you know, went and grabbed a drink and whatever. And it was just absolutely incredible spending some quality time with my mummy and my stepdad, which is just absolutely phenomenal. So let's talk about Sunday. If anybody's got any questions at any point, please do ask me, okay? I'm going to come back to the other thing that I channeled. I just need to write it down because I'll forget. I'm such a donut at the moment. Like, honestly, I'm channeling so much that I just can't keep up with it. In fact, before I do that, before I go to Sunday, hey, I don't know what your name is. I see Jay Tucker all the time, but I don't know what your name is, babe. So hello, it's good to have you back. And it's me, just me today. So basically on Saturday night, I knew that I was going to be doing some massive work on Sunday. You guys, if you're on my Instagram, you can find my links there. Just call you Jay. Good to have you on. So yeah, basically I knew, and I've known for a very long time, probably about 6 weeks, that the 23rd of the 4th, 2023, I was going to have to do some massive work. In the last week or two, I've been talking about it. I spoke to my team about it a long time ago, but I've been building the momentum about this for some time. Now, on Saturday night, it was very, very, very interesting. I was attacked big time. Now, not physically, it was energetically, and it was, some people would call it a psychic attack. I don't feel it was a psychic attack because I was very conscious as to what was going on, but I was being energetically attacked. My boundaries had been compromised, is the right word that I would like to use here, and I felt extremely, extremely vulnerable. Now, when I was in and everybody else is saying the audio is okay. Can you guys just check the audio is okay? I think it might just be you, Mary, because I asked this not long ago. So just if people, yeah, perfect. Oh, it's buffering, is it? Interesting. That's no good. Can you guys hear me? Is it back? All good. Okay, audio's good. Perfect. Obviously, there's just something that went funny for some people. Okay, so Melanie, you need to drop off. Everybody else is okay. So I think it's you, mate. Okay, thanks, Lizzie. Appreciate that. So basically, I was in bed in a super conscious state, i.e. sleeping, and there was this moment where I was in bed where something came charging at me, and I leapt like from one side of the bed, literally bumped into David and like landed back in the bed, and he put his arm around me I mean, he says that I rolled, but that my physical body left the fucking bed. Do you get what I mean? I was like, because something was coming at me. Okay, thank you. So this was the night before. So I woke up the next day and I was like, team, we need to get together. Like, there's stuff going on right now. And it wasn't just me that had been attacked. A number of my team had been attacked. They'd had interrupted sleep. They'd had all of these weird and wonderful patterns going on with them. So I was just like, right, we need to really, really up our protection. And guys, we really need to up our spiritual hygiene right now. Like, I cannot say this enough. Up your spiritual hygiene. Get your spiritual maintenance in check. If you are not protecting yourself purposefully every single day, you're going to let things in. Nobody is strong enough to like not allow something working through them. Nobody. I don't profess to be. I had an entity entangled with my spine many years ago. I don't profess to be strong enough. It's ego and it's arrogance to actually think that you are too strong for anything. Like, maybe you are, but to say it, you're going to get tested with that, and something's going to impact you. So let's become humble. Let's up our spiritual hygiene as a matter of urgency. We are going through such a huge pivotal period at the moment. You guys know, if you've been watching the new moon updates, the full moon updates, the energy updates that I've been doing, and it's going to be time for the May update soon. And oh my God, May is going to be mayhem. So I just want to bring that into your consciousness, ladies and gents. May is going to be really, really, really quite crazy. So what do I do to protect and up my spiritual maintenance? So when I get out of bed in the morning, I dust myself down. And I'm like, be gone. Anything that's been sticky over me all night, be gone. Then another really good thing to do is like see an energetic field going around you. And you can put your arms out and spin, like that's another really good way to just shake off any of the energies. I love doing all the whole spinning thing and the butt in the air and all kinds of things like that in the morning. And I'm not being rude by saying that, by the way. So, and then put yourself in a bubble. Put yourself in a beautiful divine bubble of healing light, so you then can protect yourself from the inside going out and from the outside coming in. Now is not the time to be complacent with our spiritual hygiene, ladies and gents. Quite the contrary. We need to up our game. We absolutely need to be seeing ourselves. Now, a couple of you are putting like violet flame cleansing. Absolutely. Some people like using a waterfall. Some people use like a diamond sword. Some people use all sorts of different things. Do what feels right for you. That's all that is important right now. Do what is right for you, but please make sure that you do something. Now, I've got a massive crystal grid set up in my bedroom, and on Saturday, some of the crystals were moved out of the room, and I know damn well it's my own fault. I should have checked. I should have put everything back as they were, and that's why I feel as if it was easy for this, whatever it was. For St. Francis of Assisi is just flying around me now. I don't know if you guys can see the fly that's just buzzing around. Yeah, that's St. Francis of Assisi. He always comes in when I need him. He always comes in. It's really fascinating, So anyway, that this is part of the reason I feel like I should have been like, no, these crystals need to stay where they're placed. No, I need to do this. And subsequently today I've cleansed the room massively and put everything in place because I didn't have time to do it yesterday. I was literally out all day. So let's talk about, so that was Saturday night leading into Sunday. Now I knew, like I say, this work was going to be a big deal for quite some time. It was a month and a day after they said the zombie apocalypse was going to kick in. And here we are having an alarm, the emergency broadcasting test in the UK, literally a month and a day later. And it's the day that my mum's flying in. And it's the day, all of these different things were going on that day. So it's very important to recognize that when these things happen, as innocent as they may seem, we need to basically just get into alignment with our own truth. Now, my truth and what I was channeling last week was this was going to be detrimental to the human vessel. It was going to create shockwaves. It was going to create fear. It was going to create all sorts of different energetics that was going to, potentially disrupt. Hello, my love. So it was potentially going to disrupt. Now, because I am a solution, I don't panic when things, let's rephrase that. If I've got something going on personally and it's pretty horrific, then I don't panic, but I can allow myself to get a little bit emotionally involved for a short period of time. With this, it never happens. I'm like, I look at the problem, I create a solution, and that's the end of it. So over the course of the last week or so, I've been rounding up the troops. You would have heard me. I've been on, YouTube. I've been on Facebook. I've been on Instagram. I've been on all sorts of different places because we needed to build up a number of people that were going to be able to sit there with us in meditation and basically change whatever it is that they were going to do with the emergency broadcast. We were just going to transmute it into love. If it was going to be love, it would have just got more love. If it was going to be something dark, we would have transmuted it and turned it into love. So that's what we did. Now, I've had messages, no word of a lie, from about 700 people on this. I have got so much feedback on this, and I'm like trying to share it everywhere so you guys get to see the feedback that we've had all around the world. The things that people saw, the places where people went, the emotions that they felt, the visions that they got, all of these really, really incredible things. And it was down to this meditation. It was absolutely amazing. It was just so beautifully connecting. So what we basically did, or what my guides, I like to call them my guides, I just kind of refer to them as they, but what my guides basically told me to do was, at 10 minutes before the hour until 10 minutes after the hour, everybody needed to drop into a meditation and envisage love coming out of the heart, going up all over the world, and basically creating a dome over the world, but of hearts. And then basically what we were going to do is we were going to send love back in. So we were going to send love out and back in. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry, guys, I couldn't cover up the microphone in time, so I apologize about that. So basically, we were going to send love up. The dome was going to basically amplify it and send it back. And what we were going to do is whatever was coming out, thank you, whatever was coming out of the EBS system, we were going to take it, cleanse it, or take it and send it back. So cancel, delete, return to sender. They were the words that I got given. Cancel, delete, return to sender. Now, we had over 700 people, because 700 people have messaged me. So I know we had more than that, because there'll be loads of people that didn't bother to message me. We've had over 700 people coming together to do this meditation so that we could, really create this amplification of love around the world. Now, what is funny is I got back here last night and David said to me, so then what happened with the meditation? And I was like, well, it's interesting that you say that. Because he doubts my channeling and he doubts a lot of the stuff that I say, even though he supports it, he doubts it a lot. And I said to him, basically, I'll come back to the fly, ladies and gents. Don't worry, I'll come back, I promise. So basically, you guys need to read my book. If you don't know about the fly, you need to go to the book. So anyway, basically, I have to observe things and then I just create love off the back of it. That's the way that I work. I just work from a space of love. I want to create as much love on the planet. I'm here to take whatever it is that we're going through and turn it into love. Hi, Martin. Welcome, Bolton. So basically what we did is exactly what I've just spoken through. Now, what's fascinating is off the back of our meditation, first and foremost, many, many, many people did not get the alarm going on their phone. Good job to anyone that meditated and came together. Good job. We stopped people's phones working. The government have come out and said it wasn't as successful as we had hoped because it didn't work. We are not going to allow this shit to happen. We are the ones in charge now. We might not be physically sat in the seats in government, but we are the ones in charge now. Now, the fact that the whole world, we had a grid from all over the world. Literally, I had people from New Zealand all the way over to South America, the whole time, like involved with this process. That is what I am talking about. We're not here to physically go in and drag them out of their seats. We're here to energetically show them, fuck with us, we're going to fuck with you back. Excuse my French. I know it's a bit early on in the day for that. But this is the passion that is coming through thousands of us. And as I've just said that, I've got 144 pop up. Just popped up, 144. So we are igniting the 144 to basically be holding the space so we can say, I'm sorry, we're not doing this anymore. So not only that, a number of people messaged me and said, "Oh my God, I came out at 3:10, and all of a sudden the heaven opens and whoosh, there was just like flooding taking place." And then on the other side, there were people that messaged me and said, "Oh my God, it had been raining all day. It was flooding in my area. And then whoosh, the sun came out." So we had two different elements going on. We had one that was like, right, we're going to cleanse after that process. And then we had one that was like, right, we're cleansed. Let's bring the sun up. Let's bring the higher vibrations. How freaking cool is that, ladies and gents? How freaking cool is it? It's absolutely phenomenal. And this is what we came down here to do. We're not going to, put up with this nonsense anymore. Now, what's fascinating is obviously Mama Bear. She would never have switched her alerts off, although I have managed to convince her in the last 24 hours that it would be a good thing to do it. So Mama Bear would have left her phone on. So I said to God, please keep my mum on the plane until the alarm has gone off. Please, God, if I ask of you one thing today, it's that. And Mama Bear landed 4 minutes after the alarm went off. And apparently the alarm actually went off a minute early because they wanted to confuse people and stop people from turning the alarm off. Interesting. So we need to be smarter than these people. We need to be getting ahead of them, which is what we're doing by doing these collective meditations and things like that. So like I said, I asked God for one thing yesterday, and that was for my mum to be delayed. And when she was messaging me before she took off and she's like, "We're delayed by 45 minutes," I was like, hilarious, because that's what I'd asked for. And as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, but the aeroplanes can pick up quite a lot of speed and they can pick up quite a lot of time when they're up in the air. So 45 minutes went down to 19 minutes. So she was only actually 19 minutes late, which is hilarious, absolutely hilarious. My mum would have had the alarm on and she would have listened to it. She would have done all the things that she needed to do. Now, what's fascinating is Mama Bear spoke to my sister, my older sister, and my older sister had left the alerts on. The feedback that she gave my mum was, it was eerie. It was not nice. It was eerie. Something creepy. There is something creepy about it. Now, my sister's not where I am. Okay. Like, I'm not being disrespectful. She's not like she's probably been vaccinated and whatever. I don't know. I haven't had that conversation with her. But, she obviously felt something from that. On top of that, somebody else messaged me and said to me it put a feeling in their body and it made them feel violently sick. Now, maybe it's just a coincidence, but yesterday afternoon, everybody, obviously people that I know in Europe and in the UK particularly, were messaging me saying, "I don't know why, but there seems to be a lot more ambulances running around at the moment. Like sirens are going off constantly. I don't know what it is." And that feedback has continued into this morning as well. I don't know. Maybe it's just coincidence, but a lot of people are saying to me, "I never hear an ambulance. I've heard 4 today. Oh my God, I never hear a siren. And I've already heard like 2 in the last 24 hours, that kind of thing." So we need to be raising our consciousness on this subject, ladies and gents, if that's okay. I would really like us to just starting to play with this and actually look and say, right, what am I observing? Now, I personally felt it was going to do something. Do something with the frequency, was going to do something with the physical vessel. So Kerry has just put, yes, my daughter was out for lunch and she came over feeling all sick. It was quite a distressing sound. So this is what we need to be. This is exactly what I was channeling. People were going to feel sick. People were going to, maybe collapse. People were maybe going to have a heart attack. But what I felt mainly was that it was going to be something reacting in the that was going to create this. Okay, so Martin has just put in the chat, can confirm the ambulances, 4 went past our job today, those and 1 hearse. So if that is not a memo, that it's funny, all the 4s are coming up again, isn't it? But if this isn't a memo for us guys, we really, really do need to take a stop check and actually look at this. Like, we can override this stuff. Like, we can't necessarily stop everybody, but we can come together and we can stop as many people as possible. All we need to do is come together in love. We don't need to be naming and shaming and crying and stamping our feet, I actually did a video I did 30 minutes or 25 minutes on David's show on Friday. And by all accounts, apparently I was a pain in the ass because I didn't stop channeling and I was just going blah, 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 and I got told off for not letting him speak. But I had to get the information out there. We don't need to look at this as doom and gloom. What we need to be looking at is saying, right, what can we do? Like, we can't stop it taking place, but why can't we come together and show them that nothing is ever going to override love? Love is the strongest vibration on the planet, and it leads very nicely into what I was going to say is, no matter what is happening right now, you were perfect. Thank you, Charlotte. I appreciate that. Maybe you would like to tell David that. He was like, you were rude, all you did was speak, you never let me speak, and I was just like, I was channeling, what can I do? He should be used to it, but hey ho. A little sideways elbow there to me. So do tell him that, actually, I thought Lucy was good. I had a couple of people reach out, a quick side note, that said to me, oh my God, I've never seen you until Friday, and you are amazing. I just love what you do and what you stand for. So, clearly some of you clearly liked it, which is all good. Anyway, what I wanted to say is, we are stepping into love, ladies and gents. All we care about is love. Oh my God, all of you guys saying that. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to you. Because I don't know what I do when I channel. I know I speak quick. But I just, if I've got a message to say, I've got to get it out. So love is going to override everything. Love is what we got sent down here to do. The star seeds, the light workers, as I like to call them, or the 144, as some people like to call them. Please, please, please recognize all you need to do. There's an orb above me, is there? Oh, look at it. That's weird, isn't it? Interesting. Thank you. Love that. Thank you so much. So basically, I love getting distracted by orbs, by the way. I do. I'm like, oh, look at this one, look at this one, look at this one. Well, that was a nice little thing on my face as well, wasn't it? Where's that coming from? Interesting. Anyway, what we basically need to do is, am I still triggering David? What do you reckon, Jay? I'm not going to say any more on that point at the moment. That's the last I'm going to say on that point at the moment. Triggering is not the bloody word. So we are here to create an abundance of love. We are here to step into alignment. We are here to join together and create a bubble of love over the world. This is what we're here to do. Now, that said, no matter what is happening right now, you are going to have, and I've been managing your expectations for the last 2 whole months, that people are going to be removed from your life if they are not in alignment with your authenticity. They will be. Now, you might find yourself being like, where did that come from? Why did I just say that? It's because you're trying to push somebody out of the way. You're trying to get rid of them. Like, your soul knows that they're not supposed to be in your life, or whatever. It could be a thing. It could be a colleague. It could be a job. It could be absolutely anything. So please start to recognize this. If you are a being of love, and you are genuinely a being of love, and you have done the work on yourself, yeah, you fuck up. Excuse my language, but like, I mess up. I say things and then I go, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Or, I'm very, very, if you guys hadn't noticed, like, I will stand in my truth. If somebody is doing something and I don't like it, I'm going to put a boundary in place with it. Or if somebody has, this is where I'm really, in fact, I'll do a video on this next week, standards. If somebody says to me they're going to do something, I expect them to do it. Not on the time scale of me, but I expect them to do it. I truly believe, unless you have standards in your life, you cannot live your life. How can you know what you want out of your life if your standards are all over the place? So for me, I've spent the last 10 years since my granddad died, in June 2013, so just under 10 years, I have spent the whole time looking at myself going, who even are you? Like, what are you about, Lucy? Who do you want to be? And the fundamental truth of the matter is I'm not the hurt and the pain and the anger that I used to be. I am the love. But I'm going to hold people to standards. I'm going to hold people to the level in which they basically say that they're going to be. And I'm like this with everybody, absolutely everybody. Ask any of my clients, they'll tell you. I am not an easy person to work with. I don't profess to be an easy person to work with, because I am going to keep you dedicated to your standards. That is what it's about. And do I trigger people? I trigger people every bloody video I do, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, on YouTube. I trigger people left, right, and center. It's my job. I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to hold you to standards. Because if you tell me that you want something, and I can use Lizzie as an example, if Lizzie says to me, this is what I want to be doing, I'm going to kick her butt and I'm going to hold her to standards. So when she comes to me and she says, oh, this hasn't worked for me because of X, Y, and Z, I'm like, hey girl, like, why have you taken your foot off the gas? You know, like, I am so authentic. If I'm going to do something, I will do it. I don't say stuff that I'm not going to do. I just get on with it. And I guess maybe this is a bit unfair, but this is the standard that I then have for everybody around me. Unfair, fair, who knows? But I'm just speaking my truth on this. This is the way that I see it. So you need to figure out who you are. Now, I truly believe that us, the ones that are down here doing the work on ourselves, and the ones that are prepared to put the effort in, and the ones that are prepared to show up on a day-to-day basis, you know, and serve humanity all at the same time, mankind, whatever you want to call it, you know, I truly believe that we are the ones that have come down here to embody love. Yes, we're going to get tested. Yes, we're going to get triggered. Yes, we're going to get led astray. Trust me, we're all going to get led astray. We're all going to have all of those things. Yes, we're going to feel hurt. Yes, we're going to feel pain. Yes, we're going to be a bit grumpy. Yes, we're going to be all of those other things, right? We're going to have to experience it. We're living the human experience right now. But at the end of the day, it is about love. Now, if we can up level the vibration of love, imagine what is possible for us to be able to create. Just imagine what we could do with love in everybody. Now, we've got a perfect example of what happened on Sunday. On Sunday, we were able to stop a lot of people that had their sirens are ready to go. And actually, what's happened is we stopped the sirens from going. Eternal love is the eternal truth. Exactly. Exactly, Martin. You are absolutely spot on 1,000,000%. Now, imagine if every single interaction that you had, now, you know, we can't always interact with love. If you are being pushed and if you are being, you know, like really, really triggered is probably the word I would use. It's okay to put a boundary in place. You know, it's okay to say to somebody, you're being an arse. Like if somebody's being rude to you, please don't ever hesitate to tell somebody to F off. You know, I remember I've spoken about this a lot over the years. You know, I am apparently spiritual. I don't really like that word, but you know, I'm pretty connected. I'm very lucky. I am protected by God always. Like I trust God has my back more than a lot of people. And although some of the things that happen in my life, it wouldn't seem like that, but it is always gold. It's always gold. I am always the one that is protected. We should all be accountable for our actions. Standards are so important. You help a lot of us remember our own standards. So many people forget them. But so many people don't even have standards, which is why I'm going to do a video on it. So I know that God has my back no matter what. It might not feel like it at the time. I might have a little bit of victim mode, and I'll talk about that a little bit in a minute, but you know, you might have those moments, but at the end of the day, when you can go, right, I'm going to trust this and I'm going to surrender to this, then the gold just starts flowing even more. You know, it's a challenge. A lot of people say to me, I can't find the gold in it. And I'm like, that's because you're in your ego. That's because you're in your head. That's because you're still in victim mode. Like, we need to recognize that. I look at the gold in everything. I am grateful for everything. Every nasty comment that anybody's ever said to me, every beautiful comment, like both sides of the coin, I am grateful for it all because it has taught me. You know, I had to be tough before I went and led the protests in 2020. I had to be tough because the amount of abuse that I took and the amount of online shit that I got, and it just doesn't happen anymore unless some woman pops up that's bloody crazy about David. Like, that's the only shit that I ever get, you know, as some of you saw a few weeks ago. That's literally the only shit I get. I don't get any, and I'm not calling it in, but I'm just saying, like, because I've realized now, and I just don't need that. I just don't need it in my life. So basically, we need to remember who we are. We need to remember what our mission is down here. And it doesn't matter what your purpose is, your mission is love. To remember love, to be love, to give love, to live in love. It's extremely important. Now, I am going to propose that maybe we do a monthly session whereby we all come together, and I can either do a YouTube live or an Instagram live or whatever, and we do a meditation, and it's all about love. I am actually going to be creating a meditation channel. I don't know where, maybe on YouTube, maybe somewhere else. I'm literally just going to put loads and loads of meditations out because everybody loves my meditations. Literally, everybody loves my meditations. So I want to give you guys more of that so that you can immerse and you guys can really feel into, like, you guys go off crazy. Like, I did a pineal gland meditation at Soul School. Everyone was off flying for nearly 2 hours and they didn't even realize that they like done 2 hours there. It was hilarious. So a couple of points on from that. I am changing this channel up a little bit. I'm still going to do these beautiful chats, and I'm still going to be doing some of the spiritual stuff and bringing people into consciousness. I'm definitely going to still do the energy videos, and also the new moon videos and the full moon videos. Still going to be doing all of that, but I'm going to be bringing some amazing videos about health to this channel. Let me know how this aligns with you. Over the course of the last few months, I've been saying to David, I don't know why I'm being pushed back to health. Like, health is my bread and butter, if you like. I was a qualified nutritionist and a qualified health coach, but then I got connected to the energetics and I did all of that. Then I've been doing a lot of the work to align the planet and get that done. And I've just got a couple of things left to do, I believe, and then I can, do that. So I'm going to be bringing experts on to sit with me and to talk with me so that we can look at the energetics behind disease, but also, and this is the crunch point, ladies and gents, which, I was channeling this yesterday or the day before, I can't remember, but I was telling Christina about it. We're going to be focusing on health. So we'll pick a specific thing, we'll look at it, it'll be fascinating for everybody. I will do the energetics, somebody else will talk about maybe the medical side of it. And then what we'll do is we'll maybe have a homeopath who can offer solutions, or somebody that can offer a physical thing that you guys can take, or you guys can buy, or you guys can do whatever, so that you guys can start to heal yourself. Smash the thumbs up button for me and the love heart for me if that sounds like a bit of you. I feel that this is going to be an absolute game changer for this channel. Now, I'm also going to be very much looking at fertility. Oh, she said it. She said it. She said it out loud. I'm going to be looking at fertility. I'm going to be looking at the prostate. I'm going to be looking at the womb. I'm going to be looking at pregnancy, whether that be miscarriages, whether that be terminations. I am going to go there, ladies and gents, on this channel, because I feel it is extremely, extremely important that we start to recognize that everything that we feel in the inside is going to emanate out and up, and it is going to be our life. When you love yourself on the inside, it emanates out. Now, to me, this is to me, it might not be to you. To me, if you love yourself, you get out and walk every day. To me, if you love yourself, you eat plenty of fruits and vegetables. I'm not saying meat and all the rest of it you can't be. However, I am very focused on, what do I need to do to love myself? Drink enough water. It's extremely important. So important. This is the things, I go a little bit extreme. I like to do Thai boxing. I like to go to the gym. I like to lift weights. I like to do all sorts of things. I was doing ab rolls here this morning, I intermittent fast, those kind of things. So what we're going to do is we will talk about health. We will talk about the benefits of certain things, the non-benefits or the cons, whatever you want to call it. But I'm also, very passionate, and I'm calling it fertility because I want to talk about the men and their sperm and the prostate. I want to go there with that. I don't just want this to be women's health. Obviously, I'm a woman, so it's easy for me to talk from a woman's perspective. But I'm currently pulling together a panel of women for one of the first sessions. I don't know if it's going to be the first session. I think I might need to break you in gently, but I'm pulling together a panel of women at the moment to speak on a specific subject, which is going to be heart-wrenching, but it's going to be so helpful for people that are out there that have gone through it. And if there hasn't been a sign over the last few weeks that this is what I need to be doing, and I need to be empowering people to take their health back. Yes. So Janie, I don't know if you came to the Healing Hangs last week, but I do a lot of stuff with women who have, like had their womb removed or their ovaries removed or whatever. Yes. Please just be careful using that word. I'm glad that you spelt it incorrectly because it won't get picked up. But please just be really careful using the V word in my chat, because I've already been banned before for that. So please just be careful, guys. Okay. So we will be looking at the removal of organs. We will be looking at, all sorts of different bits and pieces. We will be looking at how we can clean up our bodies, if the young ones need help, with fertility and stuff like that. Like, trust me, guys, I've done so much research on this because I am extremely, extremely passionate. This is a very passionate thing. Now, it's interesting. Virginia's just put about having eggs frozen. Again, this is a subject that I am going to speak about at some point. It's it's all about personal choice. But the thing is, when you have that process, there is a lot of a process before you can get to that point. There's a lot of hormones and stuff that needs to be pumped in. And if somebody already has endometriosis, for example, there will be a massive boost in hormones, which could potentially make that worse. So I'm very, very like wary of this process. What I would rather do is help people heal it, recognize the energetics of it. Why do people have endometriosis? Why do people have polycystic ovaries? Why do people have fibroids? Like I've had fibroids. Why do people have those? Like, what are the energetics about it? What do we need to do about it? How can we heal it? Very, very, very important. Okay. So I'm on this. Like, it's been so clear. They've been asking me to do this for a while, and I've kind of been ignoring it because I've been loving the spiritual stuff. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to collide the two worlds, but I'm going to give you guys solutions. So I'm going to find a homeopath or somebody that is willing to come on and speak with me as a panelist or as a voice that will happily share things that you can do. Like, I've got a number of different supplements I can recommend and stuff like that. But I just think it's important that we have every angle of it: the medical side of it, the energetic side of it, and also the how the heck do I get this sorted? How do I get this sorted? So we're going to do all of that. There will be some gents where you're not going to want to come along when we're talking about periods and things like that. Maybe not, but if you've got daughters, I suggest you watch them. Likewise, if we're talking about the prostate or we're talking about sperm production, infertility, you may not want to be hearing it. The energy in this house is amazing because I've reset it all today. I've literally reset it all today. I've set up a new crystal grid and I'm in this protective bubble. And I swear to God, the energy in this house today is freaking awesome. So I'm glad that you're seeing all of that bobbing around behind me. So I am definitely going to be going there. And you guys, if you've got something to add, message me. You can always get in touch, and you want to say that you're seeing fairies. Wow, that's amazing. They're always welcome around me. I love the Fae world. So, if you're a doctor and you're watching this, or maybe you're somebody who's like, well, I've been through this, I'd love to share my views, drop me an email to support@lucydavis.com. I'm not just going to go out and find people that are well-known experts or something. I'm happy to share the floor with anybody that can offer some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful advice to my followers. I want to make this that people go, I know I need to go and see Lucy. I need to go and watch a video. I know Lucy's going to have a video on this subject. And there's going to be things like sperm production. I'm not a man. I don't know how that works, but I'm going to find people and I will ask the questions so that we get the answers. Because ladies, we need to be boosting our fertility. Even if we're past baby age, we need to be boosting our fertility so that we are fertile beings. And also what I want to be seeing is the men stepping into their fertility as well. There's a lot of men out there that are, starting to recognize that perhaps they're not as fertile as they used to be, or perhaps they aren't quite there because of their lifestyle choices. They have too many hormones in there. I'm going to watch it back. I promise you. You guys are like, I just want to stop it now and look. Do you get what I mean? So there's a lot of this going on. So let me know how you feel about that. I hope that is exciting. I'm going to get it started. I'm going to get super focused. Like I say, my mum's going in a few days' time, bless her little heart, but I'm going to get seriously focused on this. I've got an amazing one, like I say, that I'm pulling a panel together for now. So I'm just excited to share this with you, that this is my passion. This is how I started. This is how my whole awakening journey started. And I want to bring this to you. I really, really want to be authentic and share with you guys. So if there's anything that you want to bring to the partner, please do drop me an email and share. Thank you very much, Linda. I appreciate that. I'll send that on to my mummy. The last thing that I wanted to share with you guys, and then I'm going to come back to the fly because I haven't forgotten the fly, because I want to explain that to whoever asked me the question. I apologize, I've forgotten. I channeled on Wednesday evening, early hours of Thursday morning, and I got home at 2:22 a.m. So, there's pretty good sign there. I was shown very clearly that I need to create a program. In fact, it's not going to be a program. It's going to be an in-person session called Relationship Mastery. How about that, ladies and gents? Relationship mastery. Now, what I was told very clearly in the car, that this is about relationship with abundance. This is a relationship with your health. This is relationship with wealth. This is relationship with your children, with your mother, with your father, you know, your parents and your family. And it's relationship with your, oh, look at that one. Oh my gosh, did you see it? What? Bang. That was massive. We got a party going on in here tonight, ladies and gents. Woo! We're going to get down. How freaking cool was that? Thank you. See, these are my spirit guides. This is God saying, I got you, sister. Like, no matter what, I've got you. Whatever shit you're going through right now, you're going to come out stronger. You're going to come out like shining like this supernova, the diamond that you are. I'm glad you all saw it. I've got a party going on in my house. I'll have to invite my mum and my stepdad back for a party tonight, hey? Anyway, so it's, so basically what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be creating relationship mastery. And if that wasn't a sign that I needed to do that orb, like, oh my gosh, how amazing is that? But it's not just about intimate relationships. So please don't come along thinking, oh, I'm going to sort my intimate relationship. It's so much more. There's so much more to it. I need you guys to be comfortable with being abundant. I need you to have a relationship with money. I need you to have a relationship with food. I need you to have a relationship with your health, and this is what we need to be creating here. There's no point having a relationship with money if you can't respect your health. You are going to kill yourself by eating good food and drinking wine. Like, that's what's going to happen. You're going to end up having a heart attack. So we are going to go there. And I'm proposing that I do this in October time. Okay, September, October time. I'm going to find a location and I am going to but I want to do an in-person event. I might throw a course together as well at some point, but I want to do an in-person event because I haven't done enough in-person events this year yet. Like, I know I'm about to start doing a load, but and obviously we've got Soul School in June and we've got Self-Love Club coming back in June as well. So just like, go to my website, everything's on there. Go to the description, all the links are up there as well, I think. Yeah, I'm sure I did put them in there. But this is an exciting time that we're living in right now. If you want to have a relationship, I'm almost tempted to say, let's use it as a bit of you could potentially meet a partner at this seminar. So boys, we need you there too. Now, when we talk about money, I can't help but thinking the men are going to turn up, because I would like to create a relationship for you with absolutely everything. Oh, great question. How do I know if I'm buying real crystals? Advice where to buy them, please. Sharon, which country do you live in, my love? Tell me and I will let you know. Yeah, naturopath. So I work with, oh my God, look at this here. That was like, wow, we're going to do a slow one. Oh my God, how freaking cool is that? Oh, I feel so blessed. I feel so grateful. Like, this is my spirit guide. This is God. Anyway, talking of spirit guides, I must share about their fly. So do keep an eye out, guys. This is a big deal what I'm creating here. I've literally been channeling this like over the last week. Now, what's interesting, another tangent just coming in. Basically, a few weeks ago, I got told your connection is about to be cut. And I said to David, I was like, why on earth is my connection going to be cut? And then I realized like I had a reason why it was going to be cut. And it was really interesting. And I lost my connection, like as powerful as it is, because I have a very powerful connection, very, very powerful. And although it was still working and I was still channeling and stuff, it really slowed down. Like, it really, really did. It was weird for me. I felt like a human for a couple of weeks, which I'm not used to doing. I'm used to seeing things and feeling things and getting messages and, having things come to me in my sleep and talking out loud and stuff like that. And basically, in the last week, my connection has just gone, here we are, we're back. You've had a moment, you've got grounded into the 3D world, and now we are going to create your connection even more. It's amazing. Your service is being upgraded. Apologies for the inconvenience. I love that, Martin. I love that. I actually needed a little bit of time out and they gave it to me. So I'm really grateful, because now, like I say, the stuff that is coming through me is like next level. And as much as I am fearing, well, not fearing, but there's certain things that are making me feel sad or whatever. Lucy got the orb tribe in the room. Yeah, I know, right? Call in the orbs. Like, let's prove to them that we've got our connection back. Call in the orbs. Come on, I want to see one. Dance around me once more. Anyway, like I say, it's so powerful what's going on right now. And I am going to be doing a lot more. Yes, it's exactly Control Alt Delete, reboot the computer, that kind of thing. Like I said the other day, cancel, delete, return to sender. That is what we're here to do. So it's absolutely freaking amazing. And I am as much as, you know, life can be challenging at times, like I'm actually loving the space that I am starting to evolve into at the moment. So it's just incredible. Anyway, whoever asked me about the fly, I'm now going to talk about the fly. Apologies for keeping you waiting. So basically, I went to Brazil in 2018. I was having a massive healing journey of my own. I basically, yeah, you're right. I did. Thank you for reminding me. I said rebooting, you know, system being switched on and off. That's really quite interesting because I forget what I channel a lot of the time. So thank you, Janie. I appreciate you. Basically, in 2018, I was on a massive healing journey in regards to the womb. And basically, I went to Brazil and I picked up a guide. That guide is called St. Francis of Assisi. A lot of you would have heard of him. If not, go Google him. He's incredible. Very much about a healer of the animals and the children. So very in alignment with me. And no, I didn't. So what time is it? 50:30. I'm going to come back to 50:30 because that was like, oh my God, I missed it. I missed it. So basically, yeah, I was engrossed. I don't know what I was looking at in all honesty. So basically, I picked up this guide called St. Francis of Assisi, and then I traveled back to the UK and I walked in to do a seminar, my first ever self-love club in-person seminar. I walked in and I got this whoosh coming through me, and then a fly came and landed on my arm. Literally, it came and landed on my arm, and I was like, well, that's weird. And then it just flitted off, and I was channeling St. Francis that night, and I was doing massive healing work, and it was just absolutely incredible what was taking place. And do you see what happens when you, like, you know, just get into alignment? Do you see what happens? Like, this is open to everybody, you know? This is open to everybody. These orbs, everything, they're open to everybody. And, you know, anybody that tells you that they don't exist, or anybody that questions you on your energetic journey and the way that you are spiritually, ladies and gents, you don't need them in your life. I trust God more than I trust anybody. And I'm not religious in the slightest. Okay. So I just want you guys to know that if anybody is putting you down, just step away from them. You know, step away from them. I'm getting my power back every single day. And I will, like I say, guys, the last few weeks have been very, very tough. And I feel like I'm going to get emotional. And I don't want to at this stage because I'm not ready to talk about it. But the last few weeks have been really, really tough. And like when you then get your connection severed as well, it's like, why is everything happening to me? But then you start to make certain decisions. And all of a sudden, you start to get your connection back. And then you realize that the decisions needed to be made. You needed to feel the pain. You needed to go through it so that you could make decisions. And then you could allow the absolute gold to come back. And you guys have witnessed it here today by what's been going on, you know, behind me and all of the energetics that you've seen. So just finishing off with St. Francis of Assisi, that first night he came and arrived on my arm as a fly. Since then, whenever I call him, a fly will come and land on me. So earlier on, I said to him, like, St. Francis, we're going to need you a little bit over the coming days and coming weeks. Basically, that fly bobbing around earlier was St. Francis of Assisi just letting me know, because he arrives to me as a fly. He might arrive as a pigeon to you or a eagle or something like that, but to me, he comes around and it was a fly. So that is the explanation. Okay, it's you know, that's the explanation. So yes, he is definitely to do with the animals. So you live in Scotland, right? I bought some amazing crystals in Scotland. Whereabouts in Scotland are you? I bought some amazing crystals, but you can get some from online places. What I'll do is I'll pop some links in the chat box, in the comments, so that I'm from England. And there's some great places where you can get them, guys. 5.55. I love that. 5.55 in the UK, at 6.55 here in Spain. So please, 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 you know, I will share them with you. A really good one is to actually pop a light on them or pop some heat on them, and you'll soon recognize whether the crystal is real or not. That's a good tip. Obviously, it's a little bit challenging. You probably have your mobile phone, which has a light on it if you go to a shop, whereas you probably won't put a lighter underneath it. But just you know, there is ways to tell like that. If you search online, you'll be able to find a whole guide as to how to tell if crystals are real or not. But I will pop some comments in. I'm not going to do it straight away because I'm going to. I've just got a couple of bits to do because Mama Bear and all that, and then. But I will do it, darling, and I will give you some links as to where you can buy them. You are so welcome. Oh, you're welcome, Christina. No problem at all. He's yeah, what's fascinating is I had a client not long ago and I literally just came out with St. Francis of Assisi and she's like, What did you just say? And there was this whole story to do with her and St. Francis of Assisi. And I very rarely recognize, I very rarely mention him unless it's the fly. And then I go, oh, here's St. Francis, or, you know, here's St. Francis of Assisi. So I'm glad one of you picked up on it because clearly you all needed to hear that tonight. So, ladies and gents, I'm going to call it a day there. I absolutely freaking love you so much. Thank you for all of your support over the weekend. Thank you for your beautiful comments that you've given today. I am going to be so candid with things that I'm sharing going forwards, you know, talking from periods to, you know, being constipated for 2 weeks, because yes, that was a thing once upon a time with me. Now I go very regularly, at least 3 times a day. You know, so I really, really want to make sure that I am bringing as much information to you guys so that you guys can start to heal and get in alignment, so that you can love yourself and get that relationship with self, which is so important. Okay. Like I say, guys, I love you all. Comment all you like. I will come back to them later on, and I will. I've bought crystals in Glasgow, so I'll ask my friend the name of the place and I'll pop it in here. Please, 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 if there's anything you would like me to speak about, pop it on the comments and I will, or send me an email and I will get on it. Okay, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for everything that you are doing for mankind. Thank you for your service. Thank you for everything that you're doing. Just by being here and anchoring in the light, like, you are shining like a diamond in the sky. Mwah! You guys are gems. See you super soon. Okay, love you lots.